Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this. This is LK Live for the 6th of November 2016. I'm your host, LK from KocoSports.net, looking to bring you a daily show called LK Live. It's not like where before it's just daily LK or serious news. This is LK. I'm not going to be here just being serious. I'm going to be serious about the news. But I'm looking to bring a program where every day I can just come on and for 30 minutes, there'll be a time limit. 30 minutes. I have to go 30 and I can't go under and I can't go over. I want to set myself a challenge. And I hope you enjoy it. And this is going to be a Q&A full show. Let's put Q&As in the description and the comment box below. I'm looking to answer your questions and queries. Also want to shout out to everyone listening right now. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. Enough of that bullshit. Going to get down to some news before we get into some questions. And there's a damn sure a lot of news. Half of it makes no sense or very illogical. Here's an example. This is the definition. Clickbait story, if I've ever seen one. And this is the title of the article. Ryback says he professed his love to Bray Wyatt's wife at a party. So apparently, Ryback went on to a podcast and admitted this. This is the exact quote that this imbecile said. I somehow made my way to Bray's bedroom at some point before this, in which nobody knew where I went. They had their door shut. I was walking through the house. I go into Bray's bedroom and lie on his bed because I wanted to lie on his bed. Why not? And I remember I turned on the TV and like Bray, I shut the door and I'm watching TV in their bedroom, on their bed, beyond drunk at this point, probably having a wank. And they walk in and I'm giggling, laughing to myself on the bed. And then Bray just cracks up laughing. And I remember at some point I confessed my love to his wife. Ryback said, I just go, Bray, me and your wife are in love. We love each other. And to this day, when we talk about it, we just laugh hysterically. Dude, that was such a disappointing end to that fucking line of verbiage that came out of Ryback's mouth on this sad site posted. What kind of site actually bothers to actually type out what he said? Like, if that's not trying to stir the pot, is anything. And it just baffles me sometimes, these sites that come up with such bullshit excuses to get clicks. It's very sad, if you ask me. But I thought the end is going to be like Ryback's on his knees proposing, but it wasn't. They ended up laughing. Thoroughly disappointed in that article. Really sad. What a joke. Another one. WWE planning on a babyface turn for one Mr. Rusev. Now, this one is a bit strange because I always think when these rumors come out about, a person's returning or a person's debuting or they're turning babyface, how exactly do these people know? Because this did not credit The Observer, The Torch, or The Insider, and they're the only three credible ones that I'll ever go to for news if I want factual information. Where do these people get these sources from? Is there a person in creative stooging this off? Is it Rusev saying, pay me $10 so I can afford to eat dinner tonight on the road and I'll tell you what's going on with my character? I have no freaking idea. What's going on with this world? So, since making his main roster debut back in 2014, he's been a heel. There's been backstage talk. Sometimes it baffles me about backstage talk. Like, who's talking backstage? Can someone enlighten me to who's talking backstage? Please, feed me that information on who's talking backstage. Because we always find from sources. Who are these sources? And who's telling this site? Because this site's saying one thing, that site's saying another thing, that site over there, that site under here is saying something different. Make up your fucking mind, please. You're one or the other. So there's backstage talk about possibly turning Rusev face. WWE officials are leaning towards the latter for Rusev now that his feud with Roman Reigns has come to an end. It was announced that Rusev will be facing Brock Lesnar in Mexico City shortly after the upcoming Survivor Series event. Since Lesnar is heading into Survivor Series as a heel, it's curious to see Rusev face him as a heel after his match with Goldberg, which Brock is expected to win. Again, he knows that Brock's going to win this source. What a mockery. This is a pure burial of these sites. And the thing is, I guarantee now this one site's posted it, another one is going to come up with it. And then by the end of today, you're going to have 18 different sites all saying Rusev is turning face. If Rusev on screen turns face, unless Vince McMahon or a creative writer comes onto this show or any other show and says, look, breaking news, he is turning face, I wrote it. If that's the case, fucking bingo, take my money. But if that's not the case, it's not. Like, if this was the Torch, Observer, or the Inside, I'd be like, okay, it's acceptable. I might, consider this to be true, but I don't believe that. That's just... So basically, he sat there and he saw the Rusev's facing Brock Lesnar and thought, Brock Lesnar's a heel right now. That means there's possible turning. That means Rusev could be a face now. Or Brock Lesnar in Mexico is going to be a face because they realize it's Brock fucking Lesnar, which means Rusev's going to get booed. Or it could be that. But who am I? Who am I? I'm just some nerd. Daniel Bryan reveals who he'd like to induct into the Hall of Fame. And it was William Regal. This is a quote he said. "He's been my mentor since I was 19 years old. He has helped me more than just about anybody. So him and my second choice would be Kane, my boy Kane. Kane and I are close, and if it wasn't for my tag team with Kane, then I would never have got that WrestleMania moment because that's what really endeared me to the fans was Kane and my interaction with him." That's interesting. I thought it would have been Michaels, because Michaels was the one who trained him at his school back in 99. But who knows? William Regal, I don't know the guy, and that's why I said I don't know him. But if we want William Regal, who are we to say he can't? And Kane, imagine Kane. Kane was on BBC News, which is the British Broadcasting Channel, which is the #1 station in England. Becky Lynch and Kane were there. They're advertising this tour, obviously, in the UK right now. And I was sat there cracking up because Kane's in his mask. He's in mask, jeans, and a little zip top like this. I'm there pissing myself, and he's there like, I think go to the show. I'm the Demon Kane. Funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. Okay, just type in BBC Breakfast Kane. Yeah, the show's called Breakfast. Yep, the show's called. But they must have been up early. I was not up. I saw it on my Twitter machine today that someone put out the link, and I had a quick look. Speaking of hoping I didn't see, Brie Bella did an interview promoting the WUK tour, but she did it with Sky Sports. Now, this is scary, ladies and gentlemen. Be warned, I would put a hat on. If you had it on, take it off right now. Even if you have one on. I just told you to put one on. I want you to put one on just so you can take it off, just so you get that feel. This is what she said to Sky Sports. "I miss wrestling so much and cannot wait to make a comeback. Would I like to wrestle my sister? I do enjoy that, but I like to come back as a better twin and take on Lita and Trish Stratus. You need to make that happen." I've never been that scared in my life. The idea of Trish Stratus and Lita coming back is amazing, but to face the Bella twins, oh my god! I thought this was over. I had a party the day I found out on Total whatever the fuck it is halls that Brie Bella was retiring. A legit party at my house. It's like, yeah, fuck you Brie Bella, fuck you Brie Bella. And to see that broke me. Like, just to get the satisfaction of thinking I never, ever, ever have to see her wrestle and disgrace every great women's wrestler in the world in that ring gave me joy. It gave me the satisfaction. And now that's taken away. Just the little prospect of this dodgy little site saying that Brie Bella is making a return, and she actually insisted it and wanted it to happen, makes it cringe even more. Lita and Trish had a great last match, Unforgiven 06, against Trish in her hometown. What a great way to go. Lita, Survivor Series 06 against Mickie James. Great way to go. That's great retirement matches. It's like everyone, Shawn Michaels and AJ, so as much as I would love that match, Shawn Michaels and Taker was a great moment in both their careers, but Michaels in particular was his last match. If I'm Michaels, I want to say my last match was against Taker, and it was fucking amazing. Not my last match is against AJ, and it might be good. It probably will be. But what happens if they have a stinker? Don't say, oh, but okay, it's AJ and Shawn Michaels. Every now and then, two of the best in the world can have a stinker. It's possible. And imagine that Michaels' very last match against AJ Styles and it being a stinker. That would give him nightmares. That'd give me nightmares as well. I don't like that. If someone retires, I want it to be that. Like Bryan, it's like, if he came back to like New Japan Pro Wrestling or anything like that, I'd be like, yeah, cool, come on, jump on board. And I'd give it a watch. Or if he did an Evolve show or anything like that, I'd be like, yeah, cool. But I never want to see him in the WWE ring again. Obviously, he does this stupid SmackDown shit, but that's a different story. Apparently, Hulk Hogan is in talks with WWE again. Brooke Hogan revealed to TMZ that her dad has actually started negotiation with WWE for return at WrestleMania last year. Now, I don't trust this whore. This could be this whore trying to get some publicity for herself as well as her father, or she could be saying it just to get word out so that, you know, the WWE officials that this site used can be like, oh, Hulk Hogan's in talk for us again. Let's see what the reaction is. And then if they go online, like right here, there's no comments on this site. And if there was any comments, you'd be like, oh, okay, the comments are, oh, he's a racist bastard, or yeah, Hulk Hogan's back for Mania. Do you think it's a bit soon? I don't. I think now at WrestleMania, I want to see the Hulkster back. It's been too long. This Gorka stuff is behind him now. I hope and pray he's back at WrestleMania. He deserves it. He's Hulk fucking Hogan. Drew Galloway's injured. Got some really sad news. He has been injured. He will not make his Revolution Pro Wrestling match against Honma, and he will not be making his Evolve match against Matt Riddle. Shh. Can you hear that? What was that noise? That is a weird as fuck noise. So I'm fucking getting murdered in this office. It's not the way to go, but hey ho. There was an announcement of the replacement of Drew Galloway. And I really, really cannot remember it. So give me a few minutes to look that up. And when I do look it up, I'll tell you. But for the Evolve shows, there has been a replacement. And I remember it making me very, very happy at the idea of it happening. I think it might have been Zack Sabre Jr. No, it's not. Zack Sabre Jr. is already in a match. That's annoying. So Billy Corgan and TNA. So Anthem Sports, which is the Fight Network, okay, and their broadcaster in Canada. I can close all my tabs now. I can focus on the screen. Thank God. The tabs were annoying me. I didn't want to click on that site anymore because that site's dodgy. If any of you are that interested in the site, put it in the comments and I'll reveal it. Anyway, back to the point. This Billy Corgan stuff. So Corgan, I don't know if he's been paid yet, but he's owed 1.8 million. Make that 2.7 million. I don't think he's been paid yet, but if he hasn't been paid, apparently he can turn that money into 36%. And he on Twitter very nastily said he will take that 36% and he will give it to the WWE. Now, I read online that the WWE only want 51% of a company. They're not interested in 36. But with that 36%, maybe they could get access to a little bit of that video library. Maybe an AJ Styles collection on the WWE Network or a classic Samoa Joe match. You could do that, or you could do, a Bobby Roode. You could just do a whole TNA's collection on the network, having Bobby Roode, Eric Young, Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, etc. Christian, Rhino. You could do loads of them, and I think that would be a great idea for them to purchase a bit of the company, but I don't know if he's been paid yet. And the thing is, though, he was saying that, when I am in this lawsuit with you, TNA being, you cannot do anything, as in selling the company, buying the company. It's frozen. No business acquisitions can be made. In that time, TNA have announced that they have a global developmental center with Al Snow's Wrestling Academy, and they have in essence sold pretty much their company to the Fight Network, Anthem Sports. And on that side of the thing, Billy Corgan came. He gave you all this money, and you're just going at him. Big time. Dick Scott was like, guys, in the locker room, guys, there is no talks with W going whatsoever. And then Corgan goes to court, shows a few pieces of paper. The judge is going, no, there was talks of you selling the company, not the video library, the company. Damn, that roster must be disgraceful. I mean, Davey Richards from that roster's retiring at the end of this year. You've got Maria retiring at the end of this year. You've got Maria and Mike Bennett on Twitter bashing the company. Not good for TNA, and it's a shame because there's a real sense of effort on their weekly TV shows. I'm looking forward to bringing you guys your weekly TNA review this Friday. And obviously, guys, VIP is done, boom, dusted. Really fuck up my part. It's not really, but it is. Nothing in my hands. Basically, there was a few of you going to sign up over the weekend and before that, and I appreciate that greatly. And it was just time and time. I'm getting DMs, I'm getting emails from Podbean, from Stripe, from you, like say, oh, it's not letting me log on. I'm getting screenshots of it not letting them log on after signing up for the trial, and then it's not going through the payment, and I'm there scratching my head, stressing my fucking ass off to the point where 7 a.m. I finally got to sleep, and my girlfriend basically said, look, what the fuck are you doing? You weren't this stressed before. And that opened my eyes. I wasn't stressed before. So what me and Sammy done, because we loved giving the VIPs different shows. I know VIP's done now. So what we're going to do is we set up a complete different channel. It's called LK and Sammy's Video Network. We're doing sports shows, recaps, wrestling news. Like I just did a show on Finn Balor returning at Roadblock. Just completely different. I want this KocoSports to grow. That's my main focus. That and the other YouTube channels. Just YouTube. Fuck all that crap. It's unbelievably painful or stressful as fuck. I would do that again if there was someone running it business-wise for me. As I got 3 A-star A-levels in business, in marketing and economics, and that fucking confused the fuck out of me. It was a corrupt system. So anyone looking, Podbean users looking to create a VIP, dude, just take your time and read through it, because they will fuck you hard. There was issue after issue after issue. I couldn't be dealing with it, but I'm happy to be back here. And I uploaded loads of videos in the past few days, so please check out. I uploaded the AAA review, a main event review, a Shine 38 review. Speaking of Shine, now again, this show, I've got another 14 minutes left, and I'm setting myself challenges of going as long as I can on just talking from my brain to improve my podcasting, just because it's a personal goal of mine. Now, Flow Slam is an interesting one because this is a funny story. Funny as fuck. And if you didn't follow me on Twitter or Facebook, you would know. And you can follow me on Facebook, or you can add me as KocoSports. If you add me, I'll accept, and you can send me your love there. Twitter's at LK Wrestling, at LK Wrestling. Obviously, you guys know that. I signed up for Flow Slam over the weekend. The Shine pay-per-view was on the Friday or a Saturday. It was the Friday. It was not yesterday, because the day off yesterday. On Friday. I signed up on the Friday morning. So there I am, I'm clicking. And there's two options. You can pay $20 a month, or you can pay $150, which gives you access for the whole year. So I'm there signing up for my 1 month. I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know what the archives are like. I want to sign up for $20 a month because it's going to save me so much money, because Evolve costs fucking $10. So there was 2 Evolve shows, which is $10. Shine was $10. And then there's PWX, which are 2 shows. That's another $20. That's $50. And I paid $20. So I'm saving myself $30 already just this month alone. So there I am. And I've just woken up and I'm doing it on my mobile device. And as I'm going and growing, I sign up. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I get an email. And I pop the email up, and I'm scratching my balls thinking, okay, I got any. Get the email. And I open it. And what do I see? I fucking see that I fucking subscribed to the whole year. The whole year. I paid $150. So I go there, I email and say, look, guys, I didn't mean to. It's an accident. Please, what can you do to help? They refunded every single penny and then only charged me $20. A cup of tea toast. A cup of tea toast to Mr. Flow Slam. Whoever you are, you saved my ass. There's Christmas coming up. And £130, that could get about 3 people's Christmas present. That saves my ass. Unbelievable. So Flow Slam, I recommend. In the Shine, in case you haven't watched the Shine 38 review, which I recommend, there was some nasty stuff in there. It was a decent enough show, and the Flow Slam, at least on my Google Chrome, I know there's people having issues with the Roku and Apple TV, but from my device on the laptop gimmick, faultless stream. Really great stream quality. Recommend it. And if your laptop's like, oh, my internet's a bit shit, you can change the pitch quality. It's not like on network where you have to have an HD. You can go from 7 to 400 to 200, all in different. And it makes a huge difference, because sometimes my internet fucks up, and you guys know that better than anyone. So when it's running a bit low, I could just bump it on 240 and there's no issue at all. That is brilliant. And I really recommend everyone to use that. So I'm going to go to some live comments. If we don't have a live comments, I'm going to go through some weird things. It might be funny. To make sure I turn the volume down, because I don't want to hear myself 3 times. 2 likes, 0 dislikes. Thanks for that, guys. You got some live comments. That is what makes me happy. What's up? That's from Chauncey Bullock. How are you doing, Chauncey? How are you doing, my son? Is it Chauncey? Can I call you CB? Chauncey Bullock. Undertaker retire next year, 2017. I thought last year would have been an absolutely perfect time for Taker to retire. Just retired, gone off onto the sunset in his home state in Dallas. Done. That's what I wanted him to do. He didn't do that, and his match was, he faced Shane, didn't he, in the match where if Shane lost, he wouldn't be GM of Raw. And right now, Shane, that's quite funny. That's really, and Undertaker's coming back on his show. That is the worst piece of storytelling I've ever seen in my whole entire damn life. Taker beat Shane in a match where if Shane loses, Shane is not allowed to own WWE programming at all. Taker's returning on Shane McMahon's SmackDown. That is like, Taker should come out and go, first of all, I beat Shane at Mania. Oh, that obviously not saying what the fuck, but he should do that. It'd be so funny. Dude, this is funny, okay? Not the name Muhammad, obviously. I have a tradition of slaughtering names. Slaughtering them. This show's no different. I apologize. Is it Mohammed Faiz Daniel? So we have that accent. I don't know why. Have you heard that Billy Gunn is going to New Japan to join Yoshitatsu as the new member of the Hunter Club for the World Tag League? Yeah, I saw that earlier on some guy's Twitter machine. And actually, guys, I'm doing a show on Wednesday with Wrestle Talk SOS. You guys know they've been on the shows in the past. I'm doing a show with them where we're going to be reviewing the New Japan Power Struggle 2016 event that took place yesterday. I haven't watched the show yet, so I don't want to hear any spoilers, but I haven't watched it because I'm going to watch it tomorrow. Actually, I'll probably watch it Wednesday, the day of the show that we're doing, and check them out, Wrestle Talk SOS. I'm looking forward to doing a show. It's been so long since I've been with them on this channel. Mohammed Faiz Daniel puts, do you see that TNA will survive next year, considering the condition now? Also, I'll answer that first, then we'll go to the second part. Challenge TV every year, we're giving TNA Wrestling £1 million and $1 million. That now is non-existent. They have to find a TV deal that gives them $1 million plus. Sony in Asia, we're giving them $5 million a year on the condition that they would tour India. They haven't toured India. They haven't toured, which again makes me assume that maybe the Sony deal cuts. That's $5 million gone. The $1 million from Challenge is gone. Excuse me, that's $6 million gone a year. That's a lot of money. Plus, having to pay Billy Corgan. Guys, I don't know if they will survive. I'm not saying I don't want them to. The way I look at this and the way I've always looked is the more pro wrestling out there means the more I can review. And there's nothing more than I love is reviewing. I absolutely adore it. I really do. And I'm looking forward to reviewing. Even if it's Monday night, even if Raw stinks, I still enjoy reviewing it. Even if I'm being negative as fuck, I enjoy it. It's what I enjoy to do. But yeah, I do think it will last. I do think it will last to the end of the year, post end of year, maybe New Year. I'm not too sure. Also, do you think Billy Corgan was the right partner that's supposed to save TNA, or it hurts them more, or it hurt them more? I mean, in the end of the day, Corgan they used him. They used and abused that poor man. They used him. He needs to get his ass out of there. Dixie Carter, I wish she could be obsolete. That's from CB. Hamid also puts, have you heard the news of Scott Hall gone missing from an indie show and not respond to any texts or calls? Oh, I had not heard that. I've been on this site. I'm a bit... I don't want to look too into it because I don't want to get too down. I really don't. I don't want to get too down because Scott Hall's a fucking legend. And anyone who says he's not is a fucking liar. And I watched the Jake Roberts documentary on the resurrection of Jake Roberts on Netflix. Great watch. I cried my eyes out. And if you did not cry at the end of that Jake Roberts film, you do not have a soul. I cried my poor English eyes out. And as I was there, it's just Scott Hall's obviously then. He recovered, and he's had a great recovery. It's good seeing him back with his kids. Scott Hall. Scott Hall's kid is, fuck me, Cody Hall at New Japan, at the Bullet Club, and I fucking can't stand watching him wrestle. He just seems so arrogant. But maybe that's part of his character, and I'm just a bit too much of a mark. But that's sad, and I hope we get a tweet. I hope we get like some kind of reassurance as such that Scott Hall is alive. It will be tragic the day Scott, like, such an underrated guy, like, great work with NWO, great work with WCW, phenomenal work with WWE, and then he had his Hall of Fame moment last year. What a great wrestler, one of the most underrated wrestlers in the whole entire planet, in my opinion. I fucking adore him, and it's sad to hear that, and I hope that's not the case. I hope he's okay. MFD. So we have MFD and CB. He puts, with the recent news of WWE interested in UFC fighters, whose UFC fight do you think suits WWE well and why? This is where I'm about to make you laugh. I'm about to make you laugh really hard. You know, it's KocoSports, wrestling, boxing, and MMA. When Koco hired me, this is funny. I don't watch boxing and I don't watch MMA. I do not have the slightest clue. I watch fights. I watched the Brock Lesnar fight, I watched the CM Punk fight, I watched a John Jones fight, and a Conor McGregor fight. That is it. And I watched that fight alone. I went through a stage where I tried to get into mixed martial arts, and boxing, I'm not getting, I don't want to touch on that because in case there's boxing listeners right now, I do not like boxing. I think boxing is a work. I think MMA is a work. I do. But hand on heart, I think MMA is a work. Purely. I don't give a fuck if we think I'm wrong. It's my opinion. LK Live, that's LK. It says the name LK in it. I'm LK, and that's my opinion. I think that both works. But I know that Ronda Rousey is having her last fight. So I think Ronda Rousey with this women's revolution or evolution, what the fuck they want to call it, I think Ronda Rousey could be a good pick to come over to W. And that's coming from a guy who doesn't really follow mixed martial arts in any way, shape, or form. But if she did, I think it could do good for the numbers of the network as well. What else have we got? By the way, you pronounced my name right. I did give myself... Well, there must be a button on here somewhere. Google effects. Let me see if we can get a noise. Bear with me. Oh, dude, we got 4 minutes left. I have to do this. I have to get through 4 more minutes of content. It's going to be funny. So you have headwear. What we got here? Backgrounds. Sounds. I got the fucking... Let's see what we got here. Hey, look, it's Austin Aries' NXT entrance in the Full Sail. Listen. And hailing to the ring, weighing 785 pounds. MVP. Wow, we've officially reached an all-time low right here on KocoSports, as I have 3 minutes to fill, because as I told you guys, I really want to just challenge myself and make a 30-minute daily show where I challenge myself to try and get to that task. We have 3 minutes left. So I've got some stuff here. Let me go through my stuff here in this office, because this office is quite frankly a tip. You do not appreciate how many goddamn notes I take. What we got here? We got a Calling Spots magazine. As I just go through my office, just to kind of give you guys a brief tour of my office, we have a Calling Spots magazine that I haven't read. It came with WrestleCrate. And this is an interesting one. I think you guys might find this fascinating. It was a Premier Wrestling. This was in 2012. Okay, it was an absolute awful show. It was awful. Like, they had a program and everything, and it was so bad. So listen to this. So you have, look how old school this is. Look how old school that is, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. There's a fucking number to phone for latest news of the Premier Promotions latest show, and it costs you 60p a minute. So if you're on the phone for like 5 minutes, you're looking at about £3-4 just on phones. So you have Danny Garnell versus Barry Cooper, Johnny Storm versus Jimmy Havoc. Fuck me sideways. Wolf Alexander versus Daryl Allen. Is that Alexander Wolf? I went to this show 4 years ago, ladies and gentlemen. It was very bad. The Emperor and Andy Simmons versus Flash Barker and Graham Hughes. 4 matches, that was all. I don't think it was Jimmy Havoc, the one you're thinking of. I really don't. I don't think it's Jimmy Havoc you were thinking of, but it was Johnny Storm. I know him, and I know Daryl Allen. He does work at IPW. Andy Simmons is the Revolution Pro Wrestling commentator, and that's about it. That's cool. Now it's just a little bit of things here. What we got here? What's this? This is the official program I had when I went to WWE back in 2013. It must have been. It must have been. Look at the size of this thing. What a waste of money. Unless you're a kid, obviously. If you're a kid, and if I have when I have a child, I'm definitely gonna buy one, because I think these could. Look at this fucking TNA fucking page. That's funny. Oh god, that is an awful. I don't like that program. I don't like that at all. I really don't. What else have we got? Let's go through my drawers. Hope we don't find anything dodgy now. No, that's just fucking notes. You don't want to see that. I've got some DVDs there. Let's have a look at these DVDs. Look, still in the wrapper. I got this from WrestleCrate. Basically, it's a Figure 4 Films documentary. It's called Two Fools to a Finish. Figure 4 Films did that. I've never watched it. I might watch it. An excellent and important film. That's from Patrick Lennon from the Daily Star newspaper. Wow. ITV Sports World of Sport is coming back, isn't it? They have. And they've got 2 more DVDs here. They might draw. They haven't opened. Final Resolution 2012 and Bound for Glory 2013. I got them in a TNA Blue Bag special. Do not ask me why I bought a TNA Blue Bag special. I just felt bad for the fucking company. And I've officially done it. I've gone 30 minutes of waffling. And I'm looking forward to doing this on a more daily basis. And the amount of content you guys are going to get, if you're a fan of content, you're just going to come in your pants, because there's going to be so much coming. Check out the past weekend. I've done so many shows. And after this, I'm actually going to be doing a show in about 10 minutes. I'm going to go in there, I'm going to make myself a damn nice cup of tea. It's going to be beautiful. And then I'm going to come back out here, and I'm going to book Raw from this week that we just watched and SmackDown from this week and show you how it's done. This has been LK from KocoSports. Head over there right now, subscribe right now, like right now, drop us a comment. Stay safe, stay well, Internet Infantry, and I'll be catching your asses down the line.